There is a particular kind of emotional landscape many navigate, where interactions leave individuals feeling confused, drained, or questioning their own reality. It is that unsettling feeling when someone's words and actions create a persistent sense of unease, a subtle erosion of one's confidence, or a constant pursuit of an ever-shifting ideal. This experience often points to a pattern of behavior rooted in a complex personality structure. Understanding these patterns is not about labeling others, but about recognizing dynamics that can profoundly impact well-being and relationships. Today, we illuminate 12 distinct signs that characterize Narcissistic Personality Disorder, or NPD, offering clarity and a deeper understanding of this often misunderstood condition. Sign 1. A grandiose sense of self-importance. At the core of Narcissistic Personality Disorder lies a pervasive grandiosity, an inflated view of one's own importance. Individuals with NPD genuinely believe they are superior to others, often exaggerating their achievements and talents to appear more impressive than they are. This is not merely confidence, it is an overestimation of self, frequently combined with behavior that challenges or provokes others. They expect to be recognized as superior, even without corresponding accomplishments, and may boast about their past successes or subtly hint at their exceptional abilities to garner praise. This outward display serves to maintain a fragile self-esteem, which, despite appearances, can be highly sensitive to any perceived threat or criticism. Sign 2. Preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. Individuals with NPD are often consumed by elaborate fantasies that fuel their sense of exceptionalism. These fantasies revolve around boundless success, immense power, unmatched brilliance, extraordinary beauty, or an idealized, perfect love. For them, reality often falls short of these grand internal narratives. They may envision themselves achieving world-changing missions, accumulating infinite wealth, or finding a partner who perfectly mirrors their idealized self. This internal world of illusion is a refuge, a place where their perceived perfection is unchallenged and their desires are always met, often leading to a detachment from actual capabilities or the limitations of real-world relationships. Sign 3. A belief in being special and unique. A defining characteristic of NPD is the conviction that one is special and can only be understood by or associate with other equally special or high-status individuals. This belief creates an exclusive inner circle, mentally excluding anyone they deem less important or inferior. This often manifests as a critical or condescending attitude toward others, as they constantly compare themselves favorably to those around them. This perceived uniqueness is a cornerstone of their self-concept, reinforcing their elevated status and justifying their dismissive treatment of others. Sign 4. An excessive need for admiration. The constant craving for external validation is a hallmark of NPD. Individuals with this condition require excessive, unending admiration from others to regulate their fragile self-worth. They actively seek attention, often fishing for compliments or creating situations where their achievements can be highlighted. This relentless pursuit of praise stems from a deep-seated insecurity. Without this constant external affirmation, their sense of self can crumble, revealing underlying feelings of inadequacy. This need makes relationships feel one-sided, as their focus remains solely on receiving, rarely on reciprocating. Sign 5. A pervasive sense of entitlement. Individuals with NPD possess an unreasonable expectation of especially favorable treatment and automatic compliance with their wishes. They believe they deserve privileges and special favors without needing to earn them, operating under the assumption that the world owes them. This entitlement extends to all areas of life, from expecting others to cater to their needs without question, to insisting on having the best of everything, whether it's a car or an office. When these expectations are not met, they can become impatient, indignant, or even enraged, viewing any refusal as a personal affront. Sign 6. Exploitative and manipulative behavior. A lack of empathy, combined with a strong need for admiration, often leads individuals with NPD to engage in manipulative and exploitative behaviors. They take advantage of others to achieve their own ends, viewing people as tools to fulfill their desires rather than as individuals with their own needs and feelings. This can manifest through various tactics, including love bombing at the start of a relationship to quickly gain trust and control, only to later devalue and criticize the person. They may use gaslighting, making others doubt their own reality, or withhold affection, communication, or resources as a form of punishment. Blame shifting is also common, where they deflect responsibility for their actions onto the victim, creating an environment of constant uncertainty and emotional dependence. Sign 7, a profound lack of empathy. Perhaps one of the most damaging signs of NPD is a significant lack of empathy, the inability or unwillingness to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others. This deficit makes it difficult for them to understand or care about the emotional impact of their actions. Relationships with individuals exhibiting this trait often feel one-sided, as their focus remains entirely on themselves. They may dismiss others' feelings as irrational or unimportant, leading to partners, friends, or family members feeling invisible, unheard, and emotionally neglected. This emotional coldness can be particularly devastating, eroding trust and intimacy over time. Sign 8, envy of others or a belief that others envy them. Individuals with NPD are often consumed by envy, resentful of others' achievements, possessions, or qualities. This envy can be deeply destructive, driving them to undermine or diminish the person they envy. They may offer snide comments, belittle others' successes, or even actively sabotage their progress. Paradoxically, they also frequently believe that others are envious of them, projecting their own feelings of inadequacy and rivalry onto those around them. This dynamic creates competitive and confrontational relationships, making it difficult for others to feel emotionally safe or valued. Sign 9, arrogant, haughty behaviors or attitudes. The grandiosity inherent in NPD often manifests as overt arrogance and haughtiness. They behave in a conceited, boastful, and pretentious manner, often coming across as snobbish, supercilious, or patronizing. They may use excessive jargon to showcase their perceived expertise, monopolize conversations, or frequently reference past achievements, even when irrelevant. This demeanor serves to reinforce their self-proclaimed superiority and can make others feel belittled or insignificant. Their insistence on having the best of everything is another manifestation of this arrogant attitude, reflecting their belief that they are inherently deserving of superior treatment. Sign 10th, extreme sensitivity to criticism and prone to rage. Despite their outward display of confidence, individuals with NPD are profoundly insecure and highly sensitive to any form of criticism or perceived slight. Even minor critiques can trigger intense reactions, ranging from impatience and anger to disproportionate rage or contempt. This narcissistic rage is an explosive response to anything that challenges their inflated self-image or exposes their underlying vulnerability. They may react by belittling others, engaging in verbal counterattacks, or withdrawing entirely. This inability to tolerate feedback stems from a deep fear of being exposed as a failure, revealing secret feelings of insecurity, shame, and humiliation. Sign 11th, fluctuating between grandiosity and vulnerability. This is a subtle yet crucial aspect of NPD, the constant oscillation between states of overconfidence and deep insecurity. The outward grandiosity often masks profound internal distress, including harsh self-criticism, self-doubt, and fear. When their self-esteem is threatened by humiliation, defeat, criticism, or failure, they may defensively increase grandiose thoughts and behaviors, such as fantasies or competitive boasting. Conversely, such threats can also lead to a sudden loss of self-esteem, accompanied by shame, fear, and detachment. This black or white thinking, particularly regarding success or failure, exacerbates their internal turmoil, making their emotional landscape highly unstable. Sign 12, significant difficulties in relationships and life functioning. The cumulative effect of these traits leads to pervasive problems across many areas of life, particularly in relationships. Their self-preoccupation, constant need for admiration, and insensitivity to others make genuine, reciprocal connections incredibly challenging. Relationships often become troubled and unfulfilling, characterized by cycles of idealization, devaluation, and eventual discard. Beyond personal connections, individuals with NPD may experience difficulties at work or school, financial problems, and an increased risk of anxiety, depression, and substance use disorders. The inability to manage emotions, adapt to change, or tolerate criticism can lead to a general unhappiness and disappointment when their unrealistic expectations are not met. Understanding these 12 signs of narcissistic personality disorder offers a critical lens through which to view complex interpersonal dynamics. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward protecting one's own emotional well-being and fostering healthier interactions. It is important to remember that only a qualified mental health professional can diagnose NPD, as these behaviors must be inflexible, maladaptive, and persistent, causing significant functional impairment or subjective distress. If you found this information helpful, please consider giving this video a like. Your support helps us continue to share valuable insights and understanding. And if you want to stay informed about mental health topics, subscribe to our channel. We would also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What was the most impactful sign for you to learn about today? Your experiences and perspectives enrich our community and help others feel less alone.